and welcome back to the Polymer Clay channel. So today I'm going to show you how to make things all about books. Now this is a bit of a weird concept because I thought, well, I've made bookmarks and things like that, and I thought, well, I want to do something a little bit different. So I'm making hanging decorations and a bookmark, but with kind of like a book theme. So here we go. Thanks for watching the tutorial. So this is the show and tell part where I talk about what I've made, what I liked, what I didn't like, and basically how you can do better. So I'm going to show you in order of how I made them. This is number 1. So this is more of like a kid themed type thing. I enjoyed making this one. It's completely different to what I've done before. I did follow some some pictures from the internet for the books, but nothing specific. And then the worm just came out of nowhere because obviously bookworm, you know. So like I always do, I'm going to show you a close up from top to bottom. So here we go. Here is the bookworm right at the top, and then all of the books down below one by one. Now these are all kind of different patterns and things like that. Nothing particularly specific. They are in rainbow colour obviously. I don't quite know how or why I did that. I'm not really sure, but it just ended up being the way it went. And I just wanted to make them all kind of different. So for example, on this one here, it's got some swirly sort of marks. Supposed to be swirly writing, I guess. And then on this one, some stripes, and then some more kind of like paneling on this one here, and then a little bit of a squiggly thing on that one, and just kind of all different. This one to me reminds me of sort of like a, I don't know, like a fairground. And I wanted to do something a bit different here, so I put some triangles and little pink things on that one, and then another one here, and then this one. I'm not really sure I like the yellow one particularly, but yeah, I wanted to make them all slightly different, and as you sort of go all the way down, it just looks like a kind of cool pattern. I want them to be a bit more distinctive against each other, and so for example this one's got some marks at the top here, whereas this one doesn't. And yeah, I just wanted them to look individual, so when you look at this from a distance, it kind of looks quite sweet. Let's have a look at the worm. Now as you saw from the tutorial, I actually used my ring. Now this is the ring that I wear. It's like a Pandora. I absolutely love it because it's chunky and it's kind of like quite unusual. But yeah, I actually used it to imprint on this. And this just kind of shows that you don't need fancy tools to do anything with polymer clay. You can just use what you've got. And that day happened to be my ring. The reason why is when I was actually moulding the clay and sort of rolling it into the colour that I wanted for the worm, I printed it in the clay, and I thought, oh, what a great idea. So that's exactly what I did. It was a bit of a pain to get off because I don't normally take this off. But yeah, once I've got it on there, I just thought, what a cool idea. And it's got quite a nice pattern. If you wanted to, with sort of big dots like this, you could put a different colour in there, or you could put a little gem or something. I haven't done that yet. I might do. That was probably what the original plan was. I wanted to just do something a little bit different. Now this worm is actually really flat as well, very, very flat, the whole thing. Normally I do make things with a bit of a 3D kind of look, but this time I was very, very careful, made sure I stayed really flat with it. And originally it was going to be a bookmark, and then I decided, no, it's too big for a bookmark. I couldn't make it any smaller. I really struggle with making things that are small. So I just thought, no, it's going to be a hanging decoration, and I think it might look quite nice in a kid's bedroom. It's got some holes at the top here to thread some string through, and then you can hang it up, which I thought is quite a cool thing. Very, very simple to make. The worm was literally cut, as you saw from the tutorial, with a knife, and then moulded into a shape. Now it has popped its head up right above and comes off a little bit. Now the reason for that is, well, I just didn't work out my sizing correctly, did I? However, I also didn't want to make the little worm any smaller. So I thought, well, I'm just going to leave it to come off the actual yellow bit, and it worked out okay. Now to support it in the oven, I just put a little bit of foil underneath here so it didn't flop down, and that worked out just a treat. Now there's been a couple of comments on my videos just recently about cooking temperatures and, you know, how long I bake for. I always follow the packet instructions, but also don't forget I am in the UK, so when I do quote temperatures, I'm going to quote in Celsius, not Fahrenheit. I do try and make that as obvious as I can. I also bake with an electric oven, not a gas oven. Gas ovens aren't particularly great for good heat or consistent temperature heat. So quite often, if I'm honest, I kind of avoid it. In the description of all of my videos, there is a way that I do it and a process that I kind of follow. But to be honest with you, sometimes telling people what to bake it at and how really does depend on so many different variables. For example, white clay will burn really quickly, whereas darker clays don't. Don't ask me why, I have no idea. But if you did ever want how I baked something, particularly on whatever project I'm doing, please do let me know and I will pop it in the comments. This one, for example, I had it in the oven for about half an hour and it was only on a 95, and again that is in Celsius. It really does depend on what it is, how thick it is, what I've made, if I've got foil in the middle of it or if it's a solid piece of clay. It really does depend. So it's kind of trial and error, sadly, but the things I do recommend is using an electric oven and making sure that you get the temperature correct for the thickness of the thing that you want to bake. If it's really small, you don't need that very long at all, 10 minutes, 15 minutes at absolute maximum. And if you are using lighter colours, just make sure you keep an eye on it. So anyway, this is the bookworm. I'm just going to go all the way down again so you can catch all of the detail, and that is number one. Okay, so going along with the whole book theme, I wanted to do bookmarks, but I've done them before and I have done a bookmark on this one and it is slightly different, as you've seen. However, I wanted to do something just different, and originally I was going to make a bookmark of a bookcase with books, which is completely crazy. And I decided that I'd do yet again another hanging decoration, but I wanted to show some miniatures and how you can do it. So I'm going to show you right from top to bottom. So there's the top, going all the way down, little plant there and some books, and some more books and another plant, and then some more books. Now this is probably about 20 centimeters in length. It is just, I really like this. I wanted to do it in a lighter kind of wood this time, or wood kind of effect. So I used soft chalks. I really love working with soft chalks. You can get the detail in, and you can make any piece of clay, any colour, which I absolutely love. So yeah, this is it's like a test piece, if you like. I could make it thicker, but as you can see, it is ridiculously thin. There are things that do stick out, but as I don't normally do it like this. Normally it would be twice as big, and you know, there'd be lots of 3D stuff. And this time I haven't done that, so I'm kind of proud of that. But anyway, let's take it right close in so you can get a really good look of how I've done all the details. I really love the bookcase and how that came out. I've just used light coloured soft chalks with like I want to call it a sort of very light brown and some yellows, just to give it that kind of old bookshelf kind of look. And then I coloured all the books in whatever colour, really, to be honest. I didn't really have a colour scheme with this, as you can see, but I wanted it to be slightly different, you know. That's why I wanted some plants in there. You could put anything in this, so if you've got a bookshelf that you think, actually I want to add this piece of artwork or something like that you do have on your own bookshelf, yeah, do that too. But this is quite a nice present also for people that read books. So yeah, I do this quite often in mind as a present for somebody. This isn't, I've done this as a test, but if you do know anyone that likes reading and things like that, this might actually be a cool present. So one more time, from the top to the bottom, as I always do. And yeah, like I said, you could do anything you want with these plants. I didn't have a particular plant in mind, but I wanted to just give it a go. But yeah, this is, I think, got to be one of my favourites for this video. Okay, so this is number 2. Now, as I make everything in threes, as you well know, I had to do something else, which is why the video didn't go out last weekend. I wanted to just make sure that you had 3 things in one video, because I do like to commit to that. So anyway, this is number 3. So this is the bookmark. Now, with this one, I didn't want it to be a bookmark as such. You don't put this part inside the book, but what you will do is put like some ribbon or something like that, and that is the part that you'll put in the book. This is kind of like the decoration piece that goes on the outside, which means you can put a little bit more things on it rather than having it completely flat. So let's go from the top to the bottom, and I wanted to just make it some nice kind of leaf pattern and have it sort of almost like a vine if you like. Didn't really have sort of a pattern or anything in mind, or a particular plant in mind. I just went with it and created some leaves and a little bit of vine, and then just coloured it all in. Now, as you know, the original colour was green and I made it into this aqua type colour. I absolutely love this. Or is it more teal? I'm not too sure, but I absolutely love the way this colouring has come out. I made sure that this area here was a little bit lighter just to make the leaves stand out a little bit more. And then I coloured in some of the leaves with mica powder. So it's got a bit of both on this. It's got soft chalks and mica powder. So this is how you make book themed things with polymer clay. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon. So I'm gonna, but there are things there. What are we gonna do here? So this is how you make book themed things. Book themed things? No. Well, thank you for your little thing here. Oh dear, that's not a good start, is it? Thanks ever so much for everyone who put up with the rainstorm in the last video. After watching it back, I thought I'm just gonna have to do it because I had no other footage. So yeah, I went with it, and no one really commented too much, but anyway, I do love the store. The next video is going to, I don't normally do this, but the next video is going to be me talking all the way through it and telling you all about the tools and things and my setup and all that sort of stuff. Half the time I don't know what I'm talking about, but anyway, yeah, the next video I'll probably be yabbering on all the way through it. I just wanted to thank everybody there. I just wanted to thank everyone that has recently subscribed. It truly means a lot. I am trying to get to 5k. I don't know why 5k, but I want to get to 5k before Christmas. You know, you got to set yourself some goals, right? Can you believe I've been doing, oh dear. Can you believe I've been doing this for 5 years? So next month is 5 years, 2025, October 2025, I'll be doing videos for 5 years. That is insane. And there might be some kind of special maybe. I can either do a live, or I can do an extra long video, or I can do something really weird, like, you know, 5 years. I don't know, I don't want a sign that says 5 years. Where would I put that? Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments what you think I should do for my 5-year anniversary. I can't remember the date exactly, but it's around the end, from what I remember, of October. So yeah, and I'm also going to be doing Halloween stuff. So it's going to be a mixture of Halloween stuff and then a celebration of being on YouTube for 5 years. Actually, I mean, you know, so anyway, I've got to go. Bye.